Hey crafty friends, Christina here with you for my July mystery project. I wanted to showcase something that's in our new core catalog that I think is super fun. It's great for beginner card makers and even advanced card makers. It is our starter cut above card kit, and as you can see there are 3 designs in here and you get 2 of each. Let me just go and pull it out. Some of it I've used because I've been putting these kits together for you all. So the idea is that you get these card bases and they're pre-printed. You get the envelopes to go ahead and mail them. You get all of the die cuts to go ahead and punch out and design the cards with. And then you also get this quick little instruction thing with a photo to show you how they are designed to go together. There's also a stamp set that the idea was that these would go perfectly with these cards. So you can use these, or what I've done is I've actually used different stamp sets for you just to kind of give you a different look on your cards. So I wanted to show you them put together as is, so you could put them like this, but when I've am mailing them to you, I am actually adding some extra elements so that you can go ahead and step them up a little bit. So just be careful when you take them out. We'll go ahead and do these one by one. So let's see, we'll start with the hello card. So I've punched out all the die cuts and everything for you, and we'll go ahead and we'll do it just as it's designed. So I stamped hello on the one pennant. If you remember, let me bring it back into the screen here. What they had done for that was thinking of you with this stamp set here. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down so that it's flush onto the edge, lining it up with the border here of where the pattern meets the solid. And then I'm going to take the floral one and I'm going to also have that one be flush. And again, it's just going to go ahead and have a slight border to the left of it, but it's flush. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some thin 3D foam and I'm going to pop up this striped one so that it gives it a little bit more dimension. You could have them all be flush if you wanted to. That's absolutely fine. This just gives it a little bit more visual interest to it. So I'm going to go ahead and take those backings off. Then I'm going to, again, it's going to be flush up here and it's going to overlap the first one. So then we just have this final gingham one. And I'm going to, because I'm going to have it overlap, I'm going to want it to be flush here on the right side, but have some 3D foam on the left side. So that will help balance out that difference in height. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of the smaller, thin 3D foam pieces on here. I'm going to use my piercing tool to remove these backings. Okay. And so, like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to overlap. Again, it's going to be flush to the same point. And then your final one is you've got this fun stitched scallop, and this is just going to go right along that border, right where that seam is, rather, between the solid and the pattern. So you could have it be 3D popped if you want. I'm just going to have it be flush. Just like that. So you could be done. Super simple, right? But I included in your kit, I should have had 2, I probably dropped one, 2 buttons. We have some new, they're very thin die cuts that I think are awesome for scrapbook pages, cards, just because they are so flat and so it doesn't add any bulk. So you should have a couple of them in the black color in your kit. And so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to glue the one down. I'm not sure where my second one went, but I will glue that one on later. But then it just kind of gives you another little touch that you can add to it. So you could keep it simple, keep it exactly as it was intended, or you can go ahead and jazz it up. So let's go ahead and do the next one. So we've got this birthday one. Again, be careful because there are going to be little bits in them. And so this one here has the balloons. And in the sample here, I did happy birthday, but I did a different stamp set than the one that they have here. So they have the happy birthday here going across. So we are going to go ahead. We've got the different balloons here that are die cuts that are going to be added to the ones that are already pre-printed. So we're going to go ahead and just to get some different depth, I'm going to go ahead and put a thin 3D foam dot behind the pink balloon. And I'm going to go ahead and you're going to line it up with the string there. And you can have it be as low or as high as you want it to be. But I'm just going to do that with each of these. I'm going to have the blue one be flush, but then I'm going to add 3D to some of the other ones here. So again, lining it up with that string. And then I'm going to put a 3D behind this one and a thin 3D behind that one. So as you can see, like these cards would be great to just sit down and put together real quick to have on hand, or they'd be great like those moments when you forget to make a card for somebody. These are just so easy to just grab and put together. And the nice thing is that, like I'm showing you here, you can just add some small little details like we're doing with the new embellishments. Okay, so then you have your sentiment, and I'm going to put some 3D behind it so it kind of pops up. And then what I did is I gave you some of the new wood grain stars. So I love that when you look at them, here I'll show them to you close up real quick. I'll put this down. I love when you look at it, whoops, it has that wood grain appearance to it. Hopefully you can see that. Kind of some lines in it, and the other side is white. So you could, if you wanted to just color the white side to change the color, you could color on the wood grain, which I'll be showing you in the next card, or you can leave it natural, and I'm going to leave these ones natural. Because they're kind of smaller, I'm going to kind of put the adhesive off screen here on my all-purpose mat, because then I can rub that off. And I'm just going to go ahead and add the stars onto my card just to add some extra detail. And if you wanted to go up, you know, add even more, you could add some stickles. So it's kind of like confetti, but I think this is just cute. Just adding those couple of stars just adds a nice another little touch to it. But it's still really pretty just as is from the kit. Okay, so that's card number 2. And so I didn't mention, but because there are these differences, you could have any one of these as your mystery project. So the mystery project is something that I send out each month to thank you for making a purchase from me, and you don't know what it's going to be. That's the mystery. And so this month it is one of these card kits. And so I just wanted to show off them because I think that they're pretty amazing. Simple, but you have a lot of flexibility to them. So the 2 die cuts in this Sending Smiles. Actually, before I do that, I should show you. So in the sample, they have thank you on it. I tried to use ones that would work for you to send out for anything. I mean, obviously the last one was a birthday, but everyone has birthday cards they have to send out, right? So that works perfectly. But this one I thought was nice because Sending Smiles is very generic. And so you can use that for anything. So for this big circle die cut, I am going to go ahead and put some thin 3D foam dots behind it. And then go ahead and remove these backings. And then we will center it across that first die cut that we put on there. That's that nice ombre effect one. So get it on there how we want it. So then it could be done just like that. But like I said, I gave you some more. These ones came with the heart ones. They're so super thin. I love how thin they are because it really just does not add any bulk. But what you can do is you can go ahead and I take a piece of paper behind it, some just printer paper, and then I'm going to take our magenta marker and I'm just going to color right on top of that wood grain. And then it changes the color, and you still get a little bit of those lines from that wood grain to pop through. If you did not want that, you could color on the back side where it's the white, and you could do that. That's absolutely fine as well. You could leave them as the wood grain like we did with the stars on the birthday. But I wanted to show you guys some differences, some different things, different options that we have, different things that you can do with them. So when I included the hearts for this particular card, I did try to give you different sizes, the different heart shapes, because they come on a 6x6 sheet that you pop out. And so hopefully you can see the different variants that there are in the sizes and shapes. So I'm just going to kind of add these randomly to the little circle that goes around the sentiment. Oops. And then I'll get this last one. And you could use glue dots too. Glue dots would work really good for this as well. Okay, so you can see just kind of a fun difference just to add that little detail. And that's all there is. Just super quick cards that I think are great for, you know, when you're in a pinch or you just don't want to, you're not feeling very creative. This just gives you a starting off point. You can do it exactly as it's intended, or you can go ahead and embellish it as you want. So I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, stay crafty.